works with people living with HIV every single day. Kimmler says advances in medicine are allowing people to live long, full lives despite having HIV. He says coming out or making your status known publicly is not a choice many people living with HIV can make. So to see a public figure do what they might not be able to will make a difference.
Representation will be good for people not living with HIV. I think this country needs to see people living with HIV as no different than people living with diabetes, as no different than people who have hepatitis, cases of hepatitis.
Kimmler says with the right medication, people with HIV can be known as what is called undetectable, meaning their virus is inactive and can't be spread to other people. Now, Jonathan Van Ness is just one person looking to shine a light on HIV. Tonight at 6, I'll introduce you to a local HIV-positive man who is also working on reducing the stigma.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. For full disclosure of this story, Jonathan Van Ness is the son of Quincy Media's vice president.
With school back in full swing, a topic that is often discussed is what are schools doing to keep students safe.
Andy Weber spoke with local education officials today who say mental health is a great place to start. Andy?
Peoria County Regional Superintendent Beth Kreider says the best way to address mental health is stop asking what's wrong with the child and instead ask what happened to that child. Kreider says that until recently, mental health was always viewed as something reserved for school counselors or social workers. She says now it's something that every educator needs to be involved in. While mental health issues can take many forms, she says trauma is something that transcends zip codes.
Divorce, incarceration or separation from a parent, living in chronic poverty. And if you experience those things as a young child, that can impact behavior, ability to succeed in school, and later success as an adult.
Kreider adds that right now they're working to teach mental health first aid techniques teachers can use the moment a student begins having a mental health episode. At 6, learn what programs Peoria Public Schools use to address the issue of mental health. Back to you.
All right, Andy, thank you. The calls are growing louder now for a ban in Illinois on all flavored vaping products. Today, the Respiratory Health Association made that demand at an Illinois House of Representatives committee meeting in Chicago. They cited a lack of research on both long or short-term health impacts from vaping. Right now, the state health director reports at least 69 people in Illinois have severe lung issues connected to e-cigs. Attorney General Kwame Raoul says the smoking trends are now going in the wrong direction.
And I think that reversal is at least somewhat connected to the electronic nicotine delivery systems, commonly known as e-cigarettes.
And from a 2017-18 survey from the American Academy of Pediatrics, it found 78% of American high schoolers reported vaping within 30 days. The state health department started an anonymous online survey last week directed at teen vaping issues, and so far they have more than 2,500 responses.
Peoria has a new initiative focused on preparing people in low-income, high-crime areas for good jobs. It's the ICC Workforce Equity Initiative. It will train these people in careers such as welding, CDL truck driving, IT work, paramedic work, and more. Illinois Central College is the lead college of the $18.7 million initiative, partnering up with 14 other Illinois community colleges. ICC's president says the goal is to give the students independence in adulthood.
Have employers who can't find people they need, so we're going to take the people, meet them where they are, give them the credentials they need, and move them off to these jobs that pay above a living wage. So we couldn't be more excited.
Part of the initiative states African Americans must make up 60% of the population served by the grant. The initiative was backed by Democratic Representative Jahan Gordon Booth.
And today, a truck full of food and goods left central Illinois headed for Texas to help those affected by flooding. The Salvation Army put out the call, and the Midwest Food Bank did answer, sending this truck out today on board 960 boxes of food, each one feeding a family of 4. They've also included 900 disaster relief kits with basic toiletries. These are items that will help areas trying to recover from massive flooding due to Tropical Storm Imelda.